Let's shake some stuff up. At least I was thinking about it. Let's see what you guys think.
Okay.
John, why don't you do the... John, or actually Michael, why don't you do the intro?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I can do it.
Oh, do you want to do it, John?
Yeah.
All
right,
What number is
It's
this?
the 46th.
All right, hang on. Let me prep something in my head.
Oh, man, the pressure. No pressure, John, this time.
What?
It's like writing...
I'm thinking.
I've said the intro so many times.
Was it 46?
Yeah.
Wow, this is hard. This might be a couple takes.
No, we gotta do it raw. We gotta do it raw. If you mess it up, just pause for a very long time, and then people will laugh, and then just keep going.
All right, you guys ready?
Heck yeah.
Hey, everybody. This is We're All in the Same Boat, episode 46. I'm John, and we're joined by Luke
Hey.
and Mike.
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
We're good. How's it going, John?
Pretty good.
Not so good.
Oh, why not?
Well, I foolishly left a jar of pickles open in my refrigerator overnight. Now everything tastes like pickles. My apples taste like pickles. My Brita water filter tastes like pickles.
Oh, no.
The water... I'm literally drinking pickle juice right now, basically.
I love that you explained that this topic was just like that was stupid.
Isn't it? Am I wrong?
No, I remember that when I was in college as a freshman, I was trying to figure out this whole lunch thing, like how to bring lunch for class. And I brought pretzels and something else and like a banana. And I was trying to think of like, well, what am I going to do? Just throw the banana in my backpack like a poor person? No. So I took tinfoil and wrapped it around the banana so it looked like a silver banana from Donkey Kong.
Nice.
And then I threw it into the bag with the pretzels, and all the pretzels tasted like bananas.
That's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't
not
think...
expanded.
It's
didn't
not very good either, though.
I have
but
a similar
imagine if it
story.
was pickles.
I'd rather
yes.
them taste like bananas than pickles, if I'm being honest.
Apparently, the other day, I made something with butter. I think I made eggs or hash browns or something, or probably both. And I guess I left the this is a stick of butter just on the oven, like at the corner, and it's like the kind of oven that has like the circles that are flat, the heat transfer kind. I don't remember what it's called.
The heat
And-
transfer ovens. Yeah, I've heard of those.
No, there's like two different names. Like there's like the swirly one that has one name, and the flat one has
Oh.
another name.
Oh, it's like the electric one, but it's... Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. And I don't know, I left it there, forgot about it. And I walked back in my kitchen. It was like 2 a.m. and I was super tired, about to go to bed. And I looked on the table, there was like a bowl, and there was just like a package of cheese in there. I was like, oh, what kind of idiot left their cheese in this bowl? It's going to go bad. Stupid idiots. Then I walk towards the oven, and my butter has just melted. And it's like there's a line down the oven door, and then there's just like a ball of butter on the floor right in front of it. And I looked at it, and I was like, I'm going to bed. I just went to bed. That was like
Turn
the
around.
day before yesterday.
Who did this? Oh, it was me.
Well, I was like, oh, look at that idiot. Oh, look at me. I'm the idiot.
Plot twist, it was me after all.
Food's hard, man.
Just like doing... Oh,
I'm so sorry. Oh, this is embarrassing.
actually,
Such
we
a
did
pleasant
forget one thing about John hosting. As always, you can check us out on iTunes and SoundCloud at WAITSB Podcast. I would have loved to hear you try to spell that out, but that's okay.
WAIT podcast. Yeah.
He just kind of went WTF.
Talking is always so much harder than you think it is. Like, whenever I see any public speaker kind of like fumble through stuff, I'm like, dude, I could do that. Just, just say the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I speak publicly, and it does not happen the way I want it to.
I'm going to make each one of you do an intro over the next couple podcasts, I think. Just so you guys know how it feels.
I had a better one.
A better intro?
Yeah.
Your intro was like the starting of like a Headspace podcast. It was like,
Welcome to NPR.
Hello, I'm John.
I was kind of
Like,
going
really
for like a well, hello there. How's it going?
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh, yeah, really. Start the podcast off like, oh, who are you? Hello. What's that kid meme? Who are you?
Oh, the kazoo kid.
Kazoo boy.
Kazoo!
Who are you?
So I have some notes here of some things to talk about, and we'll start off with talking about bad friends.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and it's not you guys. Don't worry.
Yay!
Everything's okay.
It's you.
Unless one of you calls me and pretends to be really interested in how my life has been going, just to offer me a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
Yep, that's what I want to talk about. Have you ever had someone offer you or call you for a pyramid scheme? What did you do? How was it? Let's talk about pyramid schemes.
Yes.
Oh, snap. So much recently.
Oh. Okay,
So-
I'm waiting.
Okay. Well, there's this company near here. I'm not going to use any names because these people are all good people. And the company's not necessarily
Doesn't
a bad
sound
company.
like it
No,
to
they're
me
not.
if you're talking about them in the context of a pyramid
If they're involved
scheme.
in it, they're not good.
It's like, okay, so there's this company in, I don't know where it all goes, but it's here in where I live in Virginia. And basically, it's one of those companies where they help you learn how to deal with your finances. And one of the main ways it helps you with your finances is by teaching you how to sell a course to other people about how they can help other people with their finances.
Mhm.
So, it's
Oh,
like,
boy.
oh yeah, like all you gotta do to get back your finances is like spend $50 for us to teach you how to spend $50 to teach somebody else to give you $50.
Right. So basically,
Yeah.
Basic pyramid scheme. One person pays someone else, and then if you recruit more people, then you get more money.
right
And
on,
if
right,
they recruit
exactly.
people, so it's basic. Yeah.
But this company's actually legit. It's been around for a while. Like it's not
Of course it is. It's
sketchy
gotta be.
company.
Pyramid
It's not.
scheme.
It's not super sketchy, but it's just like it's one of those things that's where you don't get a lot of money out of it unless you like dedicate your life to it. And they're always like, oh, you get extra money on the side, whatever. It's fine.
Pyramid scheme.
So I actually have a really funny story. So when I was in college, like 2 or 3 of my friends worked for it for a little bit, and it didn't really pan out very well for them. They didn't lose money, but they were just like, this is kind of a waste of time. It's not really for me. It's not really good. So they just got out of it. And then a good friend of mine calls me one day, and I had no idea he had started working for this company. And he's like, hey man, like, so my boss told me to call like I don't know how he started it off. He was like, hey man, like I started working for this company, and I'm trying to get people on my team, and they never say the name of the company. But I always ask them, like, is it this company? They're like, yeah. He's like,
Why don't they? Do you know why they don't say the name of the company?
Because then they'll know, like, then I'll know.
You're like, oh, I've heard of this pyramid scheme company before.
So-
You're not gonna trick me.
So plot twist. Well, not plot twist, but spoilers, Luke. So he's like, yeah, just want to call you because, like, I know you're a great dude and I trust you and I want to get you on my team and stuff. And, like, he started explaining it and I was like, oh, it sounds like what my friends worked for. And I was like, hey, like, after about, like, 2 or 3 minutes of him talking, I was like, is this company? He's like, yeah. You heard about it? I was like, yeah, they suck, dude. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, man, like, a couple of my friends worked for them and they didn't make a whole lot of money and, like, it was just kind of like a waste of time. And everyone I know who's worked for them, they don't really do it anymore. He's like, oh, well, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. I was like, all right, cool. And he hangs up. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he calls me back, like, laughing his head off. He's like, dude, so earlier when I called you, my boss, so I started working for this company, blah, blah, blah. My boss took me and this other guy and, like, pitted us against each other. And he was like, I want you guys to call three people that you trust. And, like, get them on your team. And he's like, I know who I trust the most, Mike. So he calls me. And, like, he's like, dude, so I call you and you're on speakerphone. And, like, when you're like, oh, I've heard of them, my boss's face just lights up. And then you start just, like, tearing into them. And he just looks at me like, what the heck? Fortunately, my friend thought it was hilarious. He was like, dude, it was the funniest thing ever. And he still got the job and worked there for a little bit. But then, like, in the past 2 months, 2 of my other friends have called me about it. One's a really great dude that I respect, and he's awesome. And I trust him, and I think he's doing a good job there, probably. But it's not for me. But it's like,
But the other friend.
the other friend was also cool. But it's just, like, everywhere. And my friend, like, made me feel kind of bad, though, because I didn't answer him for a while because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. And then he was like, you shouldn't have, like, made me wait for so long. You hurt my feelings. I was like, I'm sorry.
No, I disagree with that friend. I think look, I think the reason I don't think you should feel bad is because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because they're kind of being, I don't know how to put this. You know why they don't say the name of the company? Because I don't know, like social, like they're breaking social rules themselves by kind of doing this, because they're kind of using your friendship to kind of, I don't know.
Yes.
John, do you have a story about this?
Yes.
I would love to hear it.
Well, the problem is that it's real personal. Like, not to me, but like around me, it's very like I'm trying to decide whether or not I should talk about it. But fuck it. So, a family member, a trusted family member, right,
personal. Yep.
is really into a cleaning one called Norwex.
Huh?
It's like some Swiffer thing. I think it's something like, I think their slogan's something like you can kill bacteria with just water. Something that's bullshit. Anyways, one day, so my girlfriend. So yeah, this gets real personal. My girlfriend has coworkers that are into different types of MLM products.
Okay.
And like they ask her to come to the parties and all that shit, and
right.
the party is just one big sales thing, right? So you go to
it's
you
like
go to
it's
one of these
you know what, it's those parties. It's like when they're like, hey, on floor 1, so and so company is giving free food. Come down and get some. And it's like, what are you trying to pull?
Exactly.
You're gonna trick it. You're gonna try to. If I touch that food, it's like I owe you a conversation, and I hate that kind of stuff. That's why I'm like, no. You're not.
You get like a free trial of the food, and after you eat it, they like send you a bill.
Well, here's the thing about the parties, though, is that they're inviting their friends, people that they think are gullible, right? So they're gonna like abuse their relationship in order to sell something. Mm-hmm. It makes me so angry that someone would do that. Like,
yeah, that's really why I don't like it, for that same reason, where it's like I feel like you're just trying to use the fact that we know each other to kind. I mean, I don't think it's horrible, but it does bug me.
Well, hang on. I think it's horrible. I think it's awful. I think it's one of the worst things you can do to someone that you're in a relationship with.
Wait, well, finish telling the story. Is that the whole story?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, no, that's not the whole story. Right, anyways, disclaimer. Some people, I will agree that some people may not know that they're abusing their relationship, right? When they're trying to sell a product to someone else.
Right.
But I think the people that are actually benefiting from these do know what they're doing.
Oh, so you mean like if someone gets into it and they're not really very good at it, it's probably because they kind of got conned into it, and so they're just kind of
exactly.
But the people who do make a lot of money off of it,
the people that are getting
because they know how to play the cards.
Yeah, the people that are getting the cards, getting the money, those are the ones that are knowingly doing this to people that they know and may or may not love, probably don't love anymore. So anyways, my girlfriend has friends, coworkers that are into this shit, and then she goes to those parties, and then I'm like, you better not buy anything because they're using you. Anyways, a family member contacted me, and they're like, do you think your girlfriend would be interested in coming to my party for this product? And I'm like, I was just so shocked.
Wait, that's how they said it? Would your girlfriend be interested in coming to my party for this product?
Yes.
Is that like, what's this? Have you been to one of these parties? I don't really know what to expect. I'm trying to think through. You go there and it's the company.
Well, I can describe
food.
Let's see. From what I am aware of, from the descriptions that my girlfriend said that she one of the parties she went to, was for a jewelry one. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time saying that word.
Jewel.
But someone there, so there's a person that hosts a party, and then they're selling the product. So they have like foods and drinks and stuff. And then there's a person that's higher up of the person that's hosting the party that comes to the party and talks about the product.
So it's like a seminar sort of thing.
Kind of, yeah, basically. So the for the jewelry one, the higher up person talked about, different ways that this jewelry can make you look more pretty.
You want to just say like expensive rocks?
It's just, it's whatever. It's fake. It's like cheap jewelry, whatever it is.
Okay. Fake news.
Fake news. So the higher up person is doing the spiel to trick people into buying. the person that hosts the party is the one that's selling. But because the person that hosted the party is a recruit of the person that is higher up, they're getting the benefits of it. The person that hosts the party.
So the top guy is going to the second person, the person a level down from them, and saying, "Hey, person a level down from me, can you host this party and invite all your friends, and then you'll get money?" But the truth is,
Well,
that
they don't
person
get
will
money.
get some money, but the money's going to go to the highest up person because they recruited the second person.
They might get money, but in this case, what she was getting was free product.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't even like earning. She was just getting the same garbage that she's trying to sell. But the person higher up is getting the money, getting kickbacks from it.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, the relative would have
That's
been the
kinda
person
funny.
that's
Sorry.
getting free product.
Real quick, I just think that's funny because it's like if I was in like $1 billion gum factory or something like that, and then I was like, and I paid all my employees like, no, you don't need money, you get free gum.
Free gum to do whatever you want with. You want to make money,
like that.
sell this gum.
I'm not going to give you money, but I'll give you the product that we're selling for free. So anyway, sorry, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, so my relative was like, hey, would you be interested in this? And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? How can you do this? Like, I always looked up to you. I thought you were so smart. And you're doing this. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
It just blew my mind. And I was just so insulted.
Did you say any of this to the
No,
family member?
I couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to do it. All I said was just like, no, she's not interested in these kind of things. Thanks anyways. But like in my head, it's just like, it's just a torrent of just, what the fuck?
I always
is
assume
weird.
people like that they're just like too naive and they get it in something like that. Like I'm like, oh man, like I have to tell them that this is dumb. They don't know.
You know what's really rough is when you try and tell someone that this is dumb, and you're trying not to say you're too naive because they'll insult them, then they'll
Right.
want to do it to prove you wrong.
I feel like whenever
they're like, you're not going to get rich. I'll show you. And they really never will.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I'm in that situation and I'll try to like talk about it, I always feel like they're like, oh, like they talk to me like I don't know anything. And most of my friends actually have been really awesome. It's usually
they're like, excuse me, this is how a pyramid scheme works, Michael.
Well, no.
I'll explain it to you.
well, they're kind of like, it's like, well, yeah, like you got to like work hard and stuff. You can't just be lazy like you are. Something like that. Like it's always like kind of like makes me feel like, oh man, like they are assuming I don't know anything, or like maybe I don't know anything about this. Blah blah blah. I don't know. It's always weird. But like I said, like my friends who like have talked to me about it
I hate
have been
that
awesome.
one.
But it just happens a lot.
That happens with a lot of things where it's like, let's say there's level 1 understanding of a specific topic, okay? And then there's level 2 and there's level 3, okay? So if I am at level 1 and then I research the topic extensively and I get up to level 2, so I have a pretty good understanding. Then I research it even more and have a level 3 understanding and realize that level 2 is kind of naive, not really a very good understanding of what's going on. The problem is, then I meet a whole bunch of people that are at level 2. And all the level 2 people keep saying to me is like, no, Luke, you just haven't figured it out yet. And it's like, I got to that point. I just understand it more. So like a pyramid scheme, you're at level 3. You get it. You understand why it doesn't work. But everyone you talk to who's in the pyramid scheme is at level 2, and they think you're at level 1. If that makes sense. I don't
Yeah,
even know if
it's
that
like you
makes
know
any
so
sense.
much. You sound so stupid.
Well, like you just need to like look at it. You have to work hard. It's not that simple. John, did anything else happen after that?
No, we just never talked about it again, but like it just blew my mind. And I also learned something is that whenever you're trying to convince someone that these things are not right, the MLM stuff, you just show them the episode from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia about the pyramid scheme.
Or like I love that in the office when Michael's trying to get them on this plan, and then Jim's like, "That's a pyramid scheme." He's like, "No, it's not. It's not." And then he's like, "Yeah, it is." And he's like, "No, it's not pyramid scheme. It's just they start here and it just trickles down. Okay, it's like drawing like these lines on the board, and it's like this one's up here, and it trickles down to these guys. It trickles down these. See, and it just trickles down. And then as he's talking, Jim just walks up and draws a triangle around all this, like the the spots, draws a pyramid, and then it's like
I
he just
forgot they
stops.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Sunny
Just
one,
walks out.
it's a funnel system, and it's an upside down triangle, and the guy's like, "Yeah, so that's the funnel system there. Turn it upside down." God damn it!
I love it. It's like a funnel system. You just hear it up. It's a funnel system, and it's like, oh man. I had one friend. I've had a couple friends do it to me.
I feel
Actually,
like I keep calling out my friends on this podcast. I hope none of them listen. It's like, oh man.
I mean, that's the fun part, right?
I love you
They'll
all.
be like,
none of my
I know
family
who
members
this is.
listen.
There's I had one. I've had at least. I think I've had 3 different pyramid schemes happen to me that were pretty like, I was kind of trapped. Most of them were just phone calls, but I hate that the phone call starts off with like, "Hey, like, how's your life? How's everything going?" And then they like try to act like they're interested, like, "Yeah, like, just you know,
Actually, my aunt
is this
just
stuff
died.
going?"
Oh man, well check it out.
But it's like the conversation doesn't go that far. It's like, "Oh, like, and you're enjoying that? Okay, yeah, okay, whatever. So my product, that's what the conversation feels like." And I hate that. And I had one person like message me on Facebook like, "Hey Luke, just want to check in on you, see how things are going in California and stuff, and so whatever, how you doing?" And he was like, "I'd like to, talk to you at some point, like call you." And so it's like, okay, all right, we'll give this a try. And then of course, within 10 minutes of just kind of talking, all of a sudden it turns into this like, "Oh, I just thought you'd want to get in on this deal that I have going and stuff." So I just thought, I don't know why I thought of pyramid schemes, but
I
I
remember
know people have opinions on them.
one of my friends messaged me once and they're like, "Hey, do you want to make extra money?" And I was like, "Nah, I make enough money now." She's like, "You don't want extra money?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Wow, you're stupid." And I was like, "Yep."
That's right. I'm the stupid one. You got me.
Like,
You gotta spend money to
extra
make
money.
money.
spending like buying tons of like tea to sell on
Stupid
Instagram.
comment. You have to spend money to make money. Well, yeah, but I can also just throw money in the trash, and that's what you're doing.
Or buy bitcoins.
That's right. Or oh, what was that other? What's that other coin that exists? That there's a whole YouTube video on it, and everyone made fun of it.
There's
Oh,
a
I can't
Bitcoin
remember
with 2 eyes.
It
That's like
had a
a
really
knockout.
like John. I feel like you've seen this video. It had like a really animated guy who would like yell and talk about the coin, but I can't remember what it was called.
Oh yes.
What's it called?
H3 did that, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called though. Oh, Rex.
Bitcoin? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So you guys watched the Venom trailer?
I did. I don't know how to feel.
John?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Carlos from BitConnect.
BitConnect!
Yeah. BitConnect!
John, did you see the Venom trailer?
Yeah, I did.
What do we think?
What do all 3 of us think, John?
Are we gonna do it at the same time?
No, I'm gonna have you tell me what you think, and then guess what me and Michael think.
I really okay. I am a little weirded by the CG effects, right?
Mhm.
And I'm pretty disappointed.
It's
that
a video
not-
game, John.
It's not a video
it's
game.
not
This
a
is
video
different.
game.
Totally different, Luke. Sorry, I yelled like right into the microphone.
Not a video
Totally different.
game. I remember now. Like I remember that reference. It's not a
real.
video game, Luke.
Oh.
Life.
I was waiting for someone. I was like, "Do you guys get what's going on here?"
Yeah, I do.
So, okay, go ahead.
Oh, well, it's not a video game though, for real. But anyways, I am a little weirded out by the effects, but I think I'm down with it. It's just weird. I'm disappointed it's not in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For those that
it's in
don't
the
know,
Amazing Spider-Man universe.
I'm really hyped for Tom Hardy though.
Okay. Now guess what Michael thinks.
Hit me, John.
I think Mike is actually pretty excited for it. I think he's more excited for Venom than he is for Tom Hardy.
The second half of that is true. I don't know how to feel, man. Like, it looks cool, but also it's not what anybody wants. Like, first of all, like, Spider-Man's not in it at all, which is, like, the whole point of
It's
Venom.
weird,
Like,
yeah.
that's why Venom's the way he is now, because he like merged with Spider-Man, and he was like, oh man, this is like the most powerful person I've ever merged with. I like this. That's why he acts all spidery. It's like why he does like the webby thing still.
Right.
And also I heard that you don't see Venom until like the last couple minutes of the movie.
What?
Wait, it's not even. Wait, what? But it's not even out.
I know, but so I heard from like the people.
That's
Same
not
thing with
true.
also
To be
Carnage.
fair, the
might be in
trailer
there.
was like that.
But dude, like I don't know, like the Venom CGI, like I don't even know if it looks better than Spider-Man 3. Like it
I
looks,
like his. Oh wait,
Spider-Man 3
I
looked
can't say
good.
anything. All right, hold on. Now you gotta guess what I think, John.
It reminds me of It.
I think Luke is excited for it. I think he's trying to play us. Am I wrong? Luke, am I wrong?
All right, hit us, Luke.
I think
it's not
it
a video
looks
game,
better than the first trailer. Some of the effects look pretty good. I do like some of the stuff that Sony does with their effects because their effects do tend to look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Venom
Yes,
looked
they do.
fine. Some of the CGI was pretty bad, like when he like grabs onto the motorcycle with his like tentacle stomach. That, I don't
Yeah,
think that looked very good.
it, like,
but
goes
most
right
of it
through
looked
his
pretty
hoodie.
good.
Like there's just like tentacles coming from his hoodie. Doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Interesting thought. Yeah, and there wasn't even a hole ripped in it. But interesting thought, though. How do you feel it compares to Spider-Man 3 Venom?
Well, I like
don't think
his
it's that much better.
tongue. I like his tongue and stuff. Because I felt like
I like
Venom
his
and
tongue.
Spider-Man. Well, Venom's known for his big, his snake tongue.
Yeah.
And for being like bulk.
But
I
then
thought-
in like Spider-Man 3, you didn't really have that a whole lot.
No,
But
he didn't.
Spider-Man 3 was still like mostly just Peter Parker Venom, which
Yeah.
was never the tonguey guy, right?
Black suit Spidey. Yeah, but then Eric Foreman was Venom for a little bit at the end, and I think it looked kind of cool. It didn't look bad, but definitely
I
didn't
thought
look just like the
I thought
comics.
Venom looked fine. He just wasn't in the movie very much. But
But the new
I
one-
do not think this movie is going to be very good.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I didn't have high hopes from the beginning.
I think it's going to be like another Amazing Spider-Man, where it's like a cash grab type thing, where they kind of
Mhm.
throw it out there and play it up and spoil the whole movie in the trailer.
I'm
So that
betting
everyone kinda
65%
wants to
on
see it.
Rotten.
Mm.
Yeah,
See, I feel
would
like-
say about the same.
I don't know. I know Venom's super creepy and stuff, but I feel like the CGI Venom just looks too weird. Like in this movie,
Hmm.
like he has teeth. In the comics, he has some pretty crazy teeth. But usually, like in the animated versions, I don't know. It's less like I don't know. It just reminds me too much of It, like his weird teeth. In It.
I think that. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was just gonna say, I wonder how well a practical effects Venom would have turned out.
No idea. Probably really hard with all his crazy like
Yeah.
goo web shooters.
I mean, just
Well,
mainly for the
technically-
face.
Technically, the Venom in Spider-Man 3 was a lot of practical effects for the most part. It's just
Cool.
like I think his mouth wasn't.
Well, especially if they make it looks like he's a big buff Venom in this trailer,
Yeah.
so that'd be hard to do. But also, well, side note, do you guys remember that movie Life that came out a couple years ago? I think Ryan
Life.
Reynolds was in
I
it.
didn't see it.
They went to space
Life?
and like they went to space and found like this random
Oh
little, like, alien
yeah,
dude.
I remember.
A lot of
this,
people were
but
like wondering like, is
was
this like a prequel to Venom? And they were like, I don't know. I don't think it actually is. I think it was like a happy coincidence they
not.
kind of went with.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
those-
of Alien the entire time.
Was Life made by Sony?
Mm,
Yep, it was made by Sony, so it could have been.
Where did that get on Rotten?
yeah, 65, I think.
It looked cool
68.
though.
I never saw it.
Gabe.
Yeah, I think that this is gonna be like it's one of those movies where it's like everyone has to go see it. Kind of like when X-Men Origins came out with Wolverine. Everyone's like, "It's a Wolverine movie. We have to see." And everyone saw it. It wasn't very good. And then the same thing with Amazing Spider-Man. Even though Amazing Spider-Man, the first one was okay, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 was okay, they're such a mess. Like those movies are such mess movies.
I
like, the
just
script-
really
it's a
didn't like
script-
Peter in that.
Did you, oh, okay, here we go. So Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, or Tom Holland?
I think Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker, and I really liked Andrew Garfield as a Spider-Man compared to him. But Tom Holland's probably a little better all around.
I think Tom Holland represents Spider-Man the best.
But he's not
But-
angsty though. I don't like that he's not angsty. That bothers me.
I mean,
Was-
okay.
I
He's
think
just
they
like
might,
happy-go-lucky
I think they might be
Iron
trying to
Man
avoid it
Spider-Man.
because they're trying to make it different. That's why, like, if you notice, also they didn't have any like web slinging scenes in
Well, that's fine.
Homecoming
I
because they're
don't
trying
care
to
they
like
don't have web slinging. But
detach
like,
from the old ones.
Spider-Man, we talked about this a little bit. Spider-Man, Tom Holland, he's not angsty. He has a lot of friends. Everybody knows he's Spider-Man, and he has like a father figure. And so, and even his Aunt May finds out. So it's kind of like this. I thought the whole thing about Spider-Man was that he was like alone and trapped, and he had to be a superhero, but he wasn't a good one. And he's emotional and
See,
anxious.
that's not my representation of Spider-Man. My interpretation of Spider-Man.
I think you're wrong.
Is the comic book hero that's always cracking jokes while he's fighting the bad guys.
Well, yeah, he's always cracking jokes, but like his life sucks. Like Peter Parker's life is the worst life ever, and he's always like struggling to like balance the two. Like Spectacular Spider-Man, the show, it's like probably one of the worst. Like it's one of the best Spider-Man shows, but like the worst life for Peter Parker.
We also have to,
everything he does fails.
We also have to remember that, like, a lot of the stuff, like, doesn't a lot of the angsty stuff happen after he graduates from high school? Like, once he's an adult?
Depends what version you watch.
I don't remember when.
Because Uncle Ben dies.
I think of the original. Yeah, I think of the original Amazing Spider-Man comic when I think of Spider-Man usually, and I felt like in those comics he's always like doing one thing, and because he does that, it causes someone else to die, so he's kind of responsible for it. It happens with Gwen Stacy. It happens with Uncle Ben. It happens with
that's just
Captain
like one stage
Stacy.
of his life, though. That's not.
I know,
shouldn't
but
define the
he's
existence
usually
of
like
Spider-Man.
he's usually really angsty, and I just like that about Spider-Man because he's like a kid. Now Tom Holland did do it in that one scene where all the rubble falls on him.
Yeah, that
but
was cool.
I don't know. I just like Tobey Maguire's story better because it was more.
I just like Sam Raimi doing this Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is so good. I love that movie. I don't care what anyone says. But I think that the Amazing Spider-Man movies were such a mess, and I think that that's what this Venom movie is going to be like, where they just try to do a bunch of cool stuff that will make people see the movie, but it's not really a good movie.
What was that guy's name that was in Amazing Spider-Man?
Andrew
Tom
Garfield.
Holland?
See, that's how much
sorry.
I don't like him, as I don't even remember his name. Like, I really could not stand him.
Yeah, I thought he looked good, but I didn't really like him in the movies that much. Like, people were talking about how him and Emma Stone had good chemistry. I didn't think so.
Yeah, I did not get that at all.
He reminds me of Anakin when he acts.
Yeah, kind of.
But I also thought it was super weird, like, in the movie, he's like a tall, like, cool skater, hipster photographer
I know.
dude that nobody
it's like
likes
he's
for
got
no
a
reason.
skateboard. Like,
And he's like already could skate. It wasn't just like some like.
it's like, oh, I'm just a
nerd.
cool hipster photographer skateboard guy.
No one likes me. It's
You know
like
what
in
I mean?
every
Everyone
Disney
hates
movie.
me.
Like every Disney movie, it's like the most talented, like prettiest girl in school, and like everyone hates her because she's ugly. And,
Like Mean
can't do anything
Girls?
Cool. Or like
Doesn't
Hannah
make any
Montana.
sense. Well,
Or, like-
but she's kind of weird looking. But like Mean Girls.
But she's the hot girl.
It's like,
in the
Yeah.
show, though.
like the best looking one. Well, I mean, at the time she was probably the best looking one. Now it's not the same. But, you know, it's just like, oh, well, she's the main character, so everyone hates her. But why? Because she's the main character. That's why I don't ask questions.
You know what I really hated about Homecoming was Flash. Like, the actor for that
Yeah.
did not work for me
It
at all.
didn't make any sense. It's like he's like a bully who's also a nerd. He's just another nerd.
I
He
didn't
wasn't
hate
even
that.
intimidating. He was just this little dude.
Yeah.
He's just
It's
like,
like a
a
new type of bully.
randomly mean kid.
It's like, did you see Ender's Game?
No.
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
From from little dude from Hannah Montana, Rico.
Oh, he's from Hannah Montana?
Yeah, he was the guy who would always mess with Jackson.
I never watched
That show was funny. I actually liked it. No shame.
So we talked a little bit about friends and friends doing things to you that are inconsiderate and evil.
Eva.
Touching you in weird places.
Okay, no. But I also
we can talk
wanted
about
to
that
ask
later.
you guys about friends on a different area of the world.
Okay. Oh snap.
Facebook.
Foreign friends.
So, on
Oh,
Facebook, when people add you that are not your friend and you don't, you're
Uh-huh.
like, who sent you? Who are you? What do you do?
We have
Do
no
you
mutual
delete them?
friends. So right
Or
now,
do you do like
Go ahead.
me and put them in Facebook purgatory? Because that's what I do.
I literally have 106 unanswered friend requests right now on Facebook. Let me double check.
They're just sitting in a little room.
Wow, I must be a loser. I have none.
106. Yeah.
Do you just accept any friend requests, or do you just
Me?
yeah?
If I don't know them, I'm not going to add them.
So
Dude,
you have? Do you just delete them? Just leave them.
I don't do any buttons.
Yeah, purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
'Cause
so okay, go ahead.
I was so I was leading into that with so a lot of people that add me end up in purgatory because I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot of people. It's probably like, I don't know, 20, 30 within the last, since I started Facebook, you know? And they just sit there and they're all still sitting there. I haven't deleted any of them. But I have noticed one thing that is odd to me where I'll notice after a while, like I'll think back to something that happened a long time ago and think, I haven't seen any of that person's posts on Facebook. They just not post on Facebook? And then I realize, oh, I think I know what happened. And then I'll look and they deleted me. And it's usually people that I met like one time and it doesn't, it's like, I don't know them. I've never talked to them. I added them on Facebook and that's it. But I still kind of feel like what? I thought we were friends.
It's like, what did I do wrong? I'm sorry.
So that's my starting topic. I was wondering if you guys experienced that or if I'm just kind of.
No. It's the thing. But I saw this girl. So this girl added me on Facebook, and we had a couple mutual friends. I was like, maybe I know her. I don't know. So I added her, and then I think I realized that I didn't know her, but it was too late. And then I saw her post a screenshot of this guy trying to talk to her. It was just him sending messages like, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up?" And then she never answered him. And I think it was like a span of like 2 weeks or something. And then he's like, whatever, like, F you suck. Why would you add somebody then not even talk to them? And she posted like, I don't have to talk to you, dude. But I was like, why did you add him? Why did you add me? I don't know you. Like, you can't add somebody on Facebook and be mad when they try to talk to you. Because he said, like, why did you add me then? Like, there's no point. You can't be mad.
She's trying to make herself look popular.
You initiated this.
By having more friends.
Cool.
Yeah, some people are all about the number, man.
Yeah.
Numbers
It's kind of a weird. It's like a different
size
currency.
matters.
Popularity instead of money. How many Instagram followers do you have? I don't care how much money you have. I want to know how famous you are.
Yep.
It's a new thing. I think that like it's so weird though because it happened to me this weekend because I was thinking about the tour that I went on at CNU to like see the school and the girl who like took me around the tour, and then I knew that she had like left CNU, like she graduated and she was going to another school, but I couldn't remember what the other school was. I knew it was another school in Virginia, and so I was like, oh, I just for some reason just want to know what this was because I can't remember. So I literally have not talked to her at all since then. And so it's like junior year, and then all of a sudden I like searched her name and she didn't show up, and I was like, wait, okay, one of two things happened here. She deleted her Facebook, or she hacked her friendship. So I looked her up.
Friendship? What?
Yeah, like with an axe.
Oh.
Just, like,
You were
cut
never
it off.
friends.
I know. But I still
Now
felt
they
a
never
little
will
hurt.
be.
Because, like, I think the reason I feel that way is because you have to make effort. You have to, like, click on someone's
have to go, like,
profile
oh, wait, yeah,
and
let's
go
talk
to
to the
delete
kid.
friends. So I'm just picturing her doing that, and it's like, oh, that hurts my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, like,
It's really not a big deal because it makes sense, but to me, I just was thinking about it. It's like they have to make so much effort to do it. So I must have said something, or they were just like, this guy's just not worth being connected to anymore.
One of my friends, like, we were good friends for a while, and then he kind of moved away. We did talk for a while, and then I like searched his. I was like, oh, I wonder how he's doing, and he unfriended me on Facebook. But then recently, he commented on my Instagram post, and I'm like, I don't understand. What are we?
We need to have a DTO, man.
We need a DTR this.
Oh, DTR, yeah.
What's DTO?
I don't know. I just
Down to
made it up.
office size.
Define the organization.
Yeah, dude. And I'm always like, I don't post a lot of political stuff on Facebook, so I don't think that they must just be like deleting me because they hate me. I guess they must just hate who I am as a person.
You're not taking a stance, Michael.
It's not my opinions that hurts them. It's me.
That's kind of funny because it's like you're not doing anything that would offend people, so they must just hate you deep down as a person.
Yeah, they're just like, oh man, like that guy Mike, he doesn't even have strong opinions. He's just a jerk.
Oh man. Yep. So I had that. I brought that up, and then I had something else I was gonna bring up, but I wanted to see before we do that. John, do you have any not personal stories that will make everyone uncomfortable, where you found I don't know, where you found out that someone didn't want to be your friend, because like that's what this is related to, like on Facebook, where I was just like trying to add someone deletes me, and I thought we were friends, even though there's no reason I should think that.
Not personal stories. I mean, that happened to me.
I don't know.
Everyone loves him.
I mean, no one
Whatever.
wants to be my friend, but
He's like, Luke, it doesn't even get that far to me. We never even become friends on Facebook. I'm the one who's in purgatory with all these people.
you know what like really fucks with me is like this isn't like about a friendship or anything. It's just random strangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not random strangers.
Strangers are
Anyways,
the worst.
you know what really fucks with me is like when you're in a, say like you go to like a class that you have to go, like orientation for work or something, or a class where you don't know anybody else and you're not going to know them. You're never going to talk to them after this is over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
everybody's
college.
like scattered around at tables, and then you sit down, and then all the other tables fill up except for yours. And like the last person that comes in, and there's literally no other seats except around you, and then they just go away.
That's happened to
Like they just find a chair
walk-
from somewhere else, and
I was gonna say the worst thing is it's like you're sitting there at the table, and then you're like, "Ha! You have to sit with me now." And then you watch them as they walk across the room towards your table. And you're like, "Yes, he's gonna sit down next to me." And then they're like, "Is this seat taken?" "No, it's not. Go ahead and take it." And they're like, "Thanks." They take the chair and they leave.
Yes, like that stuff happens to me so much, and
That's
I
happened
wonder,
to me before. It's
I wonder
so
if it's because I look
awkward.
pissed off or something, but like.
It's kind of like I was telling someone, like, the way you enter a room makes all the difference. Like if I go to a party, I immediately like interrupt everyone to make sure that everyone knows I'm there. And I know it's weird, but it's like I'll interrupt for 1 second and then I'll get out. But if you like enter slowly and politely, then you're there in the conversation, but nobody notices you because you didn't like introduce yourself into it. I have a whole like thing that I've talked to people about this before, but it's like I know if I go into a room and I just sit down at the table like that, then yeah, you'll get stuck alone. It sucks.
That's true.
Well, even if you're like one of the first people there,
That's why you don't want to be the first person there.
I'm always the first person.
You should.
One time I went to a party for my church. I started going to a new church that was in Norfolk, but me and the worship leader both lived in Newport News, and they had like a party there, and I lived the closest to it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there late because everyone else is coming from Norfolk, so they'll be there like probably right on time, not early. So I got there 15 minutes late, and I was the first one there.
And
I was like,
the other day.
well, it backfired. I didn't know anybody but like 2 people there.
I think I was at a party like 30 minutes late, and I was still the first one there. Like, what? How are
That's
allowed
just
late?
rude.
I know. I mean, like when it's a party, it's like you it's kind of socially normal to show
It's
up just a
kinda come
little
and
bit.
go.
Yeah, because it's like you show up 15 minutes, so they have time to kind of get some people there and get some stuff set up. I don't know, but it was like 30 minutes, and then it was like no one's here. Like what? What? Okay.
The only person that invites me to parties is Mike, and I don't even go to them.
He doesn't even go. You're the bad friend in this relationship.
That's right. Michael, you should call him and set up a pyramid scheme.
Hey, John, you want to come to my party? I forget that, dude. You should buy this thing. And sell it to 18 other people that you trust.
He shows up to the party. He finally shows up, and no one's there, and you just have a whiteboard, and you're like, "Let me show you." I'm so glad you came, John. How you doing? Yeah, okay, whatever. So here's what I'm selling.
So if you get 15 other friends.
No, it's so funny because it wouldn't be a whiteboard. It would be one of those like like paper like draw on it and you flip the paper over it. Like
No, I
what are
just
those
pull it
called?
off like the sketchboard,
What are those called?
sketchpad thing.
Where you write on its paper and you fold the page over and then go to a new
An
page.
easel or whatever. A
I don't know,
sketchbook.
but it's just like that. You're like drawing. See this, John? Pyramid. Flip the paper over, and now you're gonna buy my product.
It's a funnel system. No, see, it's a pyramid, but you turn it upside down.
Oh yeah.
It's a funnel system.
Yeah, really. You're like, see,
Funds
John, this is
funnel
a
to
funnel.
you.
This is not a pyramid. This is a funnel scheme.
Oh man. So
Scheme? No, it's not a scheme. It's a plan.
speaking of having no friends.
Funnel plan.
Oh man. So speaking of having no friends, I've been learning something about myself lately. And since you guys are here, you're my friends, you can confirm or deny this. But I've had a couple people recently tell me that I come off as like obnoxious or like a know-it-all or like douchey. And I was like, what? Because I never try to seem like a douche, and I always try to be as humble as I can with like information. If I'm ever talking to somebody about something I don't know, I don't like make claims as if I know the truth, you know. But like, I think I figured it out because I act really sarcastic a lot. I'll just,
Wait, I was gonna say,
like,
wait, you have one person that said this, or a couple people that said this?
a couple people, maybe like 3 in the past month or 2.
Okay.
And I was like, oh no, like I don't want to be obnoxious.
I think
Thank
it's
you for
your
telling me.
beard.
Maybe.
Look at this
Maybe
guy
it's-
with his stupid beard. He's such a douche.
Because like I can't see your face, your facial, your face, your,
Face look?
your mouth muscles. Like I can't see what's going on with your expression, right? Like
I
Maybe.
can't
all I can
see
look
your
at is your
mouth
eyes.
muscles. I can't
Boy,
see
you
the
got nice
position
mouth
of your
muscles.
mouth muscles.
I don't know. Well, I realized like, I guess I kind of have no filter sometimes, but it's because I'm trying to like get people to like just react and like have a conversation. Like I'll say crazy stuff to try to get them to say other crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But also like part of my humor, which if you don't know me super well, I realize that you don't understand me. It's like I'll say something super ridiculous I don't believe. Like, oh yeah, like Asians, man, they are the worst at math or whatever. Or like something like that's obviously I don't believe it. Obviously isn't true. But I'm starting to think that people don't know that I'm joking, and they think like, man, Mike is such a racist. Or like Mike doesn't know anything. He's so dumb. He says all these things that aren't true all the time.
It is possible. It is possible. So wait, let me think about this. So they said that you seem arrogant and a know-it-all and douchey. Is that
Yes.
those were the 3 words?
Yeah, those are 3 different people giving me each of those things. It's like, man,
I mean,
I don't
you're a
think
musician.
so.
You are a
well-
know-it-all and you're douchey.
I'm not trying to like.
First of all, you suck as a person. So let's get that out of the way.
I'm not saying this to like make myself feel better, but do you guys think there's anything that you do that like, oh man, like I just realized this has not been working the way I thought? Because I thought about like
that
Luke
we
just
do?
busting in a room, interrupting everybody. Hey guys, hey, I'm here. I'm here.
hey, no, it's literally is just like, poof, hey everyone, I'm Luke. I'm just saying hi. Okay, now go back to your conversation. But like when you sneak in, you're so sneak, then it just tends to not go well for me. Because then I've like entered the circle, but I didn't say hello then. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know. Like if someone entered your circle and you didn't say hello to them, they didn't say hello to you. How in the world do you start talking to them? Because you've never entered into the conversation with them, and that's kind of
Yeah,
awkward.
so that's 2 things. Like one thing, yeah, it's always awkward when you've been talking in the circle for like 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, by the way, my name's Michael, and shake their hand.
right.
But also, it's like you either have to do that or you have to like just pick a point that you know about and then say something quippy right there. You have to just go in there. Just get
And
in
then
the
everybody ignores you.
conversation. Yeah, either that or it works. Depends. Half and half.
It's 100% for me.
To go back to what you were saying, Michael, you were saying, was there ever a situation that I've been in where I thought I was doing one thing and then
And just came across like.
I mean, I
wrong.
had someone tell me, like literally 2 days ago, that like, well, Luke, you're super controlling all the time.
Mhm.
I don't know if I think that's true. I'm sure that I could come across that way. Maybe, and definitely over some things, like just depending on if it's something super important to me, then I probably would want to like handle it. But I don't know. I kind of think that there's like someone once said to me, this was like early college, but it was an old friend of mine, and he said, well, Luke, all you do is compete and you just want to win all the time. Like all you care about is like winning and what people think about you. And it's kind of weird though, because it's like, well, I don't always care what people think about me, because there's a lot of times where I'll come out and say what I think regardless of what anyone thinks about me, and that kind of gets me into trouble. So I guess I'm basically saying, yeah, I kind of feel like I've experienced that, where someone said, I think that you're this way, and then I have to be open to the idea that they might be right, but also I have a feeling that they might not be. And then it's like, okay, so what do I do with that now?
Yeah, I think you just gotta adjust your behavior. Like I asked a couple of my friends who are super close to me. They're like, "What? No, I don't see that at all. Like you're a cool dude.
Mhm.
Like I know you're joking when you say these things." So it's obviously people who don't. Like, I'm making jokes around people that don't know me. It's like, like with your friends, you can say like the weirdest like stuff to them, but it's not weird because they know the context and they know how you say things.
Right.
But if you go to someone you barely know and start making like the same jokes you make with your best friend or whatever, it's like, yo, we don't know each other like that, man. That wasn't cool. It's like,
What
yeah,
about
man,
you,
you
John?
idiot. What?
Do you
I
have
just
any-
met you.
Do you have any thoughts on that? On this whole thing in general?
I was listening. I mean, like, I don't know. There's still like jokes that I won't say in our group chat because we're not at the same level as my other group chat. Right? Like,
Fine. That's fine.
I mean, maybe when I've known you guys for 15 years.
You'd say it to me.
Yeah, I'd say it to Luke and Brent, but I'm more hesitant around Mike or Shane because it's like, I don't know. The impression might be taken in the wrong way.
We me and John and Brent go way back, so we're at that level.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mike.
All right. Okay.
And then he's like, Luke, think you're being controlling and a douche and a know-it-all?
You won't let me be in your friend group?
What an asshole.
Do you think three different people does make it fishy? Because I know I've noticed that with certain things where it's like, okay, I went on that date with that one girl and she like the whole conversation did not work well. We're not on the same page, not on the same boat, and she ended with like, well, I don't really like you. I don't really want to date you. And I'm like, fine, that's because I really don't think this is going anywhere. I don't really want to. It goes both ways. And then she was like, well, don't you want to know why? I was like, not really. No. And she's like, well, don't you want to know like what your problem is? And it's like, no, why would I trust you? She got really offended by that when I said that. But it's like, why would I trust you? You don't know me, right? We just met and we were not even on the same. We were never going in the same direction with the conversation. So why would I trust what you have to say? Now, so that's
when you say, you want to know what I don't like about you?
Yeah.
Some people you just don't get along with too. It's
yeah.
just
So
like,
like, so her opinion. It's like, so here's what I don't like. I don't like when people say, well, no one's opinion matters. Do you, be you. You're perfect just the way you are. I don't like that because that's not true. Because we all have problems. We all have things we're working on. That's the first part. Second part is, oh shoot, just lost my train of thought. What did I say? That's the first part. The first part is like, yes, we all have things we're working on. So you can't say you're perfect the way you are because you have improvement to do. And the other side of it is like,
you suck.
all opinions. You shouldn't let every opinion bother you, but I think you should let some opinions bother you if you want to be a decent person. Okay.
No, yeah, totally.
Opinion, man. No, because like I've said to my friends before, I was like, look, not all opinions matter to me. Your opinions matter to me,
right?
Because you're my friends, and I want you guys to like me because you matter to me.
Yeah,
so
it's like, you know. There's some people who you tell them like, oh man, when you do this, it's kind of annoying, or like, I don't know if you think you're coming across this way, but this happens. So like, well, whatever, I'm not gonna change myself for you, blah blah blah. I'm right. Like, dude, if I'm doing something annoying, let me know. I don't want to be that guy. Like, I don't want to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my roommate told me, like, hey, you walk around kind of loud at night. Can you not? I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm not.
you stomp around.
I don't, like, choose to be this way. I'm not like, dude, let's mess with them tonight. Bah, 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 bah. You know? So.
Pranked!
Yeah. Pranked. Yeah, you gotta be a nice person about it both ways. Like, if I have a friend who does something weird, I want to tell them. Like, okay. Like, you have friends who, they just, when they're in public, they just say, like, inappropriate jokes that just, like, make girls want to leave. Like, oh, yeah, like, there's a cute girl here. Where'd she go? Oh, yeah, he started talking.
It's like, it's your fault.
Like, for your own good, man, I want to tell you this. Like, women don't like you because you do these things. You have to stop it.
It's, women don't like you, man. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll have to work on that. But it's weird, though, because, like, I think that there's a lot of things that I want to figure out and fix with myself. And so me just saying I'm just a perfect snowflake the way I am is not true because we all have things to work on. But also, if I'm doing something that's irritating people that matter to me, then that's a big problem. And so I can sometimes when people that matter to me say that you're doing this thing and I don't like it, it's just them. You know, it's not me, it's them. They're just reading things incorrectly, or it's me and I can't help it, in which case I guess I just got to accept it and get over it. And they'll have to get over it if we're going to keep being friends. So it's kind of a both ways. Like, I can't change this thing. Or it is a problem and I can help it and I have to decide if I'm going to or not, and then move on from there. And like, one of the interesting things too, though, is like when you have that sort of conversation, I don't know. I feel like there's like a certain level of trust that goes along with it. And I have to say, like, look, if this is a real problem, I'm going to be open to the idea that what you're saying is true.
You can't be like, hey, like, I just met you, but you're a jerk, man. Like, the way I don't know if you know this, but you know, you gotta.
Well,
you
I met you yesterday, and we were in a weird situation because we were on a date, so we're kind of awkward because it's a first date. But I know how you are as a person already. It's like, I don't think you do, so I don't really trust your opinion.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and also too, like,
what were you gonna say?
When it comes to like stuff like about how I come across, like, I don't care if people, you know, they know who I am and don't like me because of it. That's fine. Like, that's who I am. But if I'm like coming across a way that's not who I am and that's what they think, But I'm like, oh man, I don't want to like give that vibe of myself, you know? Because if I do want to just like, oh, I want to do this way because I love this way, and someone doesn't like it, if they don't like the way that I actually want to come across, that's fine. But I don't want to be that guy who's like, everyone's afraid to tell me how I act because like, oh, it's just who he is. But no, I want to be better. I want to be a better version of myself every day. Getting
So here's
better
another
every
thing.
day.
Here's another thing I noticed. So speaking of bad people,
They're gonna say, here's another thing I noticed, Mike. You kind of do this. All right, anyway.
first of all, Mike, I try to take the topic in a direction, and you just stop it.
Actually,
and
I
ruin
noticed
everything.
I do like start reacting before you're done telling the story. And I've like listened to podcasts, and I'm like, oh man, I totally like slow down that punchline. So I know this. I don't know if you've been waiting to tell me, but I know.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So 2 criminals. I'm trying to think of how to word this. I can't think. It's like so dramatic, guys. Today, April 27th, because it's Friday. Okay.
Friday.
Apparently, the Golden State Killer. Did you guys hear about this?
I think I literally just saw an article on Facebook before we started podcasting, but I didn't read it. Tell me.
Yeah, he's like this this killer that was in California, and he was just arrested. I guess I think they just found him, and it's like he's been around. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up right now.
What, you don't know?
Well, yeah, I'm not prepared. Are you kidding?
All right, Luke, this is like one of the things I hate about you, but I've learned to deal with
Okay,
it.
the Golden State Killer is a serial killer, serial rapist, and serial burglar who committed
That's not that
50 rapes in Northern California during the mid-1970s and murdered
Oh.
12 people in Southern California from 1979 to 1986.
Dang.
He was busy. This is what happens when you don't have the internet.
I'm looking through the article now, and by article I mean Wikipedia. But was
Cite
he
your
just
sources.
You can't
span
cite that
of
source.
killing?
Yeah.
I want to find out when he got arrested. That's so many people.
You find where Wikipedia cites its source, and then you cite that source.
Yeah, I know. That's what I do all the time.
Cheat the system.
That's right. Okay, so on April 24th, 2018, Sacramento police arrested 72-year-old. He made it that long.
Dang.
Joseph James D. something. Nah, I don't even care.
What's
This
the,
guy, he's going to hell, so.
what about the statute of limitations?
He was.
I think
How
it
in the world
expires
is that
after
a
like
thing?
after
How
like
is that
more
a
than one
thing?
murder.
I don't understand how that's a thing. Like, the statute of limitation. What? So he just got away long enough, so now he's just collects $200 and passes go? Like,
Yeah.
I think
How?
once you kill more than 2 people, there's no limitations.
Once you're that good, no one gives a shit anymore. They're like, shit, okay, well,
I guess we deserved it.
nothing we can do about it.
well, we took too long. The game we ran out of time. It's like a game. Like, well, the timer ran out. You catch him. You got handcuffs on him. Dude, the game's over. It's too late. He's free now.
Tag, no tag backs.
Yeah. It's like, quick, arrest him. 3, 2, 1, grab him. 0,
Safety.
got him. Too late, dude. The statute of limitation, it's gone. He's free. Oh, it's like when
Dang it.
someone crosses a border and it's like they take one step over it and they're instantly free. Like, no, I can't get him now. Like, just go across the border and get him and bring him back.
We just put up a wall that won't happen. They won't be able to cross it.
Heyo. So he was a former police officer in Auburn and something else, and was charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder. Authorities in Sacramento, Orange, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties, this is all close to me when I lived in LA, are preparing charges against him for all 12 of the murders of the Gold State Killer case.
Man.
So they got him. He looks old. Man, I can't believe it. Can you imagine, like, just getting away for that long?
Have you guys heard of
40
the
years.
Fanny Ann murder?
No.
I
Sounds like a grandma.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Are you interested?
Yeah.
Are you
Who
gonna-
did this grandma
I'm
kill?
gonna- Yeah.
Who killed the grandma?
Why would you bring
Is it
this up?
Fanny
John?
Ann?
See, John, this is your problem. You bring things up.
Oh shoot, I'm trying to Okay, Fanny Adams. Excuse
John, cite your sources.
Wikipedia. So I just read about this today because I saw someone on the internet say "Sweet Fanny Adams," and I looked that up to find the origin, and it goes back to this
Fanny Adams.
goes back to this murder in England in 1867. This little girl, Fanny Adams, that was her name.
Mm-hmm.
She was just brutally murdered.
Oh,
I can give you the details.
that's okay.
This sounds like a
So
good story,
okay,
John.
so like
What a
her
way-
and her
big
friends
upper.
were just playing, and the mom was like, "Stop playing when I'm trying to do housework. Go away, fuck off, so I can concentrate on housework." So her and her friends went down to play at this field where they grew hops, the farmers in the local area.
Beer.
And there was like no crime in this small town. And this dude shows up and he's like, he gives them money. And he's like, buy some candy with this, you know, and then he leaves. And, you know, then he comes back later. He's like, why don't you come with me, you know? And
Oh man.
they don't do it except for Fanny Adam, who's like, yeah, okay, because you gave me money. I trust you, stranger, and there's no crime here. So everything's fine. Later, the two kids run back to the house. Fanny Adams not with them. The mom's like, where is she? They're like, she went with some dude. So the mom goes looking for the dude. Can't find him. They make a search party. They can't find him. What ends up happening is a farmer finds her head
Oh my
on-
god.
a spike
What?
in the field with the hops.
Holy.
And then gradually the search party finds like every other part of her body. Like her
Oh.
party was just,
Oh
like
my
she was just mutilated and cut up in the worst ways. And the dude just had these two tiny little knives.
Okay. Well.
Anyways,
Now I
he
feel sick.
thought he was going to get away. People thought he didn't do it because of his social standing as a solicitor.
Uh-huh.
But like they found a journal on his desk that said, "Today I killed a girl.
What?
It was hot."
Oh my god.
Dude.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
No,
Dude
the
showed no
conversation was
remorse.
Gonna go in this. Oh man, that is so messed up.
But like it just surprises me that like such a brutal thing, and like I don't know, he was just totally content, like thinking
That's
he
the
was going
thing.
to
Whack
get away.
jobs, man. It's like these psychos, you know. It's like their
And,
brain
like,
is
this
just
happened in
switched off.
1867, like it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, that's so long ago. It's like what happened to him that made him such a psychopath, you know?
No internet, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's so awful. I don't know. It's like people just
Terrible.
snap. That's why I'm like, you got to be careful of what you do with the human brain. You know, it's like, oh, one little switch off, and then they're just this robot that has no emotions and murders people in the horrible ways.
What about that kid that recently did the school shooting in Florida?
We're not naming him, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not gonna name names, but like I heard that he was just trying to like get arrested so he could try and get mental health help, but good luck with that.
that's weird.
And,
I feel like there's a lot smaller things you could do to get around.
Yeah.
So
You could have just like stolen like candy
Like he
bars
thought
in a
he was
weird
gonna
way.
go crazy.
You could have like gone to like 7-Eleven, take his
he
pants off.
thought
be like,
he was
"Give me
gonna go.
this."
Well, it sounds like he did.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
I also
saying
heard
like
that,
that's why he made that mistake. If that is true.
I also
if that
heard
is
that he
true.
offered to give like donate money to like the community around where he shut up the school or whatever.
It's just I just think that's interesting. Like it sucks, but I just think that's really
Weird.
interesting.
So the other part of this topic that I was going to bring up, in addition to that, so good, we got that Gold State Killer. It sounds like the psycho you're talking about got caught too, and that was, 1800s. So like I said
Yeah,
about the
he's
other guy,
certainly
so
not
he's in
alive
hell
now.
now. So just FYI, Bill Cosby.
Yes,
Yep, he's going away. Sort
that's
of.
amazing.
Yeah, I know. Look, now here's the other thing. He's 80, and it's like 10 years in prison or something for each account or something. So basically, how would you like to go out like that? That's the end of your life. You just have to spend the rest of it in prison.
But what
last
is his
20
prison
years.
cell going to be like?
Oh,
Like,
I don't know. It's probably gonna be house arrest or something. But even so,
Right.
what
I
a
feel like also
crummy
once you're 80, it's like
ending.
almost like free nursing home. You get 3 meals a day. No one's probably really gonna bother you
He's
if you're
rich.
80. Like,
Yeah, I think it's like so apparently the incident happened in 2004. He's 80 years old and it says faces up to 10 years in prison on each count.
for each one.
But he's
How many
likely
counts
to
was it?
serve them concurrently. It's like, what does that
That
mean?
doesn't count.
It's like, oh, well, I need to be in prison for 10 years, but can I like serve them all at once in 1 year? Like I'll just serve all 10 years in 1 year, like just concurrently. It's like, what is this even talking about? So then he said, it's weird because he says, Cosby did not audibly react to his conviction, but erupted shortly afterward. Minutes after the verdict, prosecutors asked the judge to revoke Cosby's bail. They said he is a flight risk and has a private plane. Cosby, who did not testify in the trial and has sat quietly through the proceedings, stood up and yelled in a booming voice, "He doesn't have a plane, you asshole!" What? I just don't understand. This is the weirdest thing. The worst part about it is, like, I grew up watching his routine, so now all I can see is him doing his comedy routine, but
So
in a
he's
courtroom, and he's like, I don't have a plane. It's just like, I don't have a plane, you know. He's real. He will not. He should not leave his Pennsylvania home, and he would need to be fitted with a GPS tracking device if he left the state. What does that even? What is this punishment? I don't even know. This kind of stuff, I just hate the news.
It's the worst.
Every time that he raped, he should be raped.
Oh man.
Eye for an eye, right?
I mean, that wouldn't
Am I
be a
right?
bad like consequence. Like whatever you do to somebody else, they gotta do to you. But then imagine
The
like
worst-
the officer who has to do that. It's like, oh man.
Well,
No,
the
no,
worst.
look, you employ
Dude.
the psychopaths.
That's right. Get all the Dexters, and they can do it.
Exactly.
I was never thinking about
The
that.
weird
Though. It's like, oh man, like, hey man, sorry, Bobby, but you got drawn this time. We got a guy in here. He's a serial rapist. You gotta,
Shit.
you gotta get him. He's like,
The
dang
weird
it.
part about it, though, is it's like, how would you ever know 100%? And so it's
What?
like, you brutally murder this
if you do it
person
in
for being
some-
accused of murdering this girl, and it turns out you're wrong, and you like tortured him to death.
Yeah, that's that.
Oh, yeah,
Someone's got to get a free pass. It's going to be the guy who does it.
That's the weird thing about the death penalty. Are we about to go there right now? Are we going there?
I mean, we could. I mean, like the whole idea is like, okay, well, pros of the death penalty. If you catch someone doing something really awful that deserves, that's just unforgivable, you kill them off. Then you're not feeding them. You're not putting them in the prison. They can't get out. They can't hurt anybody else. Right? Those are the pros. The cons are like, well, someone has to kill them.
No, you just dump him in the hole.
Well, someone has to put them in the hole.
Fucking robots, dude.
Someone has to turn the robots on.
Automation, dude. Don't even need the buttons.
Someone had to
Internet.
build the robot.
More robots.
That's like, dude, I didn't shoot him. The bullet got him.
Let's build a robot building robot.
Man, I would build a robot that would murder people. Whatever.
But it's
No,
like,
but- yeah.
but the other part I was gonna say is like, if you kill them and then they turn out to be innocent, oops.
That's the only problem with capital punishment. It's like if you just do it wrong. Because yeah, like I think like if you say, hey, this is a really bad thing, we don't want anybody to do it, so we'll just say if you do it, you die. Like that's enough for me to not ever try to do it. You know? Because even if
I
like someone
mean-
just thinks that I do it, I might still die. So like why
The
don't
worst
you
part
just
about it
stay
though
as-
is it's like, well, we don't have to go that far. If someone's like, hey, Luke, if you do this thing, you'll go to prison. I'll be like, not going to prison. I'm not gonna do
I'm not
it.
gonna do it.
That's good enough for me.
That's more than enough. I'm too cute to go to prison.
I'm in the boat of solitary confinement. Like I realize it's inhumane.
So is
And
killing.
it's
The problem is, it's like if the person's inhumane, then I don't have a problem with doing something inhumane to them. But it's like, how
Hey,
do you
man.
know? Beyond the
it's
shadow
just
of the
a
doubt?
margin of error. It's gonna happen. It sucks. It really sucks, but
I
it
know.
has to happen. Like
What
there's
happens
no
when
way.
when someone's like falsely accused?
There's no way to avoid it. Like
I know.
it's even if we had a perfect system, it would still happen by accident at some point.
Oops. Just
Sorry, bro.
he's
Like,
giving him the shot.
Otherwise, we
oops.
go right into Minority Report. Like, do you want Minority Report to be a thing?
That's right. It's like, did you see that movie Minority Report? Do you want that to be real? Because this is how you get Minority
They
Report.
could tell you were going to do crimes before you did it. It was fucked.
Yeah, no, that'd be so weird. So, okay, let's end this podcast.
On that note,
Michael,
death.
it always ends on death. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Check me out on the Instagram, Michael Dimas, MyKolDimas. Oh, also, I have like a new demo I just put out yesterday called Robots in the
Yay!
Jungle. Last week, Luke and I were talking about finishing stuff, so I was like, whatever. So I started working on the song, and I just put it out there. So if you go to Michael Dimas on SoundCloud, I think it's Michael, the link is like soundcloud.com/Michael-Demas, spelled the same way as my Instagram. Then you can see it. It's got a picture of a raptor with like guns on the sides. Pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Lots of cool bass. It's not mixed or anything, so don't judge me too hard, but concept is going to be sweeter when I finish it. So yeah.
I want everyone to go to that song and comment, Michael, this is your problem, and then tell him something. Okay?
That'd be awesome.
That's what
We'll post a link in the show notes. Make it easy.
Anything else?
That's it.
John.
Oh, hey. It's me, John. I know what you're thinking. I don't have anything to plug.
Okay.
And you know what? You're absolutely right.
Nice.
I forgot. I was going to say this on the podcast. Premiered my film on Sunday. It was so awesome. I was really kind of nervous. We had a lot of issues that kind of happened. I'm actually going to talk about this because it's kind of funny. So the first thing was like I had to get the speakers. So I grabbed because the speakers in the venue were not very good. So I was going to bring my own that I was borrowing. So the first thing that I had to do that day was pack up the speakers and put them in the car. So packed them up and then we started driving. And turns out the same day that I premiered this film was Earth Day, just fun fact. And there was something going on, so they blocked off I-90, which is one of the main highways.
Oh man.
So I had to take the back road. No, not a big deal, right? We got plenty of
it's
time
fine.
because we left early because we were responsible. I got stuck behind 3 trains.
Oh man.
3. So it was like one train, and then we moved like a foot, and then another train, and I moved like another foot, and then another train. Because of all the traffic. So, and it was and I'm not talking about 3 trains in 3 separate spots. It was the same train track.
Oh dang. Just like
it just kept
continuous
opening
train.
and closing, and I couldn't get over it, you
Just
know?
a train.
Yeah.
A train of trains.
So that happened. We're driving. We make it there.
We're making it.
And
We're doing it.
I go up to walk into the venue. Doors locked.
What?
Yep. So I started thinking like, well, this is a huge problem because 20 people are coming and I can't get into the building. So I ended up like calling a couple of people to try and get the number because I actually didn't set up the event. So I didn't have the number of the guy who like owned it. And it's just like a Pacific Northwest thing. They're all so easygoing. And so I just called him. He's like, yeah, oh, you're there? Okay, I'll come get I'm only 5 minutes away. I'm like, man, dude, like, I told you I was going to be an hour early to set this, whatever. So we go in there, and we set up the speakers. And people are about to arrive. Play the movie just to test it, to hear what it sounds like in the venue now that we got everything set up. And the sound's out of sync.
Oh, no. Like during the movie? During the movie?
Now, here's the thing. Normally, I freak out. John knows.
Yep.
I would
You're
freak out.
probably head twirling too.
I'm like, yeah, we're like, oh! But I kept it together because I was kind of like, huh, all right, well, what am I going to do? And so what I ended up doing was so the reason the sound was off was because HDMI is slower than auxiliary cables, like a audio out, because audio out is analog, so it's immediately, like it goes immediate. But HDMI is slow because it's digital, so it processes and it takes a little longer. So the audio is faster than the video. So I took the MP4 file and put it back into Final Cut and shifted the audio over and played it through Final Cut.
That's hilarious. How'd that work?
It works, you know? And okay, so here's the thing. Best day ever. It was so much fun. Everyone reacted really, really well. A lot of people showed up. Everyone had good things. I think a lot of people were surprised of how much they liked it because they weren't expecting very much.
Sweet.
And I got to talk to everybody. We had a little bit of a Q&A, and then we all went over to a restaurant and got pizza and just talked about the movie. And it was really fun seeing what people thought and seeing if they noticed the things that I did and if they had questions. And they were like, they'd ask me a question about the script, and I would have like a very thought out, thorough answer for why we did something because we thought so much about so much of it. So it was really, really, really fun. It is probably the best day I've had this year. It was so much fun.
Awesome, dude.
The film is coming out on Facebook Sunday, so everyone's gonna get to watch it. I really hope everybody enjoys it, and it you know.
How will they find it? Luke? Where will it be?
On Facebook. This is for my friends. This is for everybody who's a friend of mine can see it.
So you people out there, you can't see it.
Sorry. Well, anyone
Unless
who's
you
not
add
my
Luke
friend.
as a friend.
That's right. Just message
Go
me
add
on
Luke
Facebook.
on
And
Facebook.
if
Let
you
him know you
message
listen
me
to the
on
podcast.
Facebook asking to see the movie, I will send it to you.
He'll put
personally.
you in friendship purgatory, and then in 5 years you can watch it.
That's right. Okay, and you can follow me on Instagram at Luke Roxwold. That's ROCKSWOLD. You can tweet at us at WAITSB Podcast and listen to our other episodes to support us. Thank you for listening, everyone. John, I was going to have you do the outro, so...
Outro.
Yeah.
John, it's outro music.